So now we are having this one topic, which is the average, mixtures, and alligation. And I suppose you can recall that we have discussed the average part, and we have three different averages. That is arithmetic mean or arithmetic average, geometric mean or geometric average, and harmonic mean or harmonic average. Right. And the most simple and the most common is the arithmetic mean or the arithmetic average, which we use on a daily basis, calculating the average salaries, average production, average number of employees, average number of hours, average marks, average attendance, right? So all those things we are calculating the simple arithmetic average. And how do we calculate? This is counting or the summation of all the observations divided by the counting of all the observations, right? Now, today we are going to have a some extension of this arithmetic average, right? So I am just recapping the things. So average, how do we define the average? That is a sum of all the values divided by counting of all the values, right? That is a simple arithmetic average, right? Okay. So we have discussed some formulas, some shortcuts in the previous session related to average, right? And then there is a one part which is a weighted average, right? So we are starting from this point onward for the today's session, right? So weighted average, as I have discussed the example for the weighted average, that is what? Your mark sheets. The best example is the mark sheets of different classes, different standards, because in this you have the internal marks, external marks, practical marks, theory marks, attendance, presentation, exam period. So there are various things which we do throughout the year or throughout the semester. And then at the end of the year or the semester, we are getting the mark sheet. So which is the weighted average of all the activities which we have done throughout the session, right? So taking a weighted average, the very simple expression is what? Suppose if I say there is a one class and class is having some boys and girls, right? Boys suppose 40 and girls suppose 30, right? For the boys, say average marks is 70, and for the girls, say average marks is 80, right? I want to calculate the class average. So how do I calculate the class average? So this is what? 40 into 70. That is the total marks of the boys for the class, right? And 30 into 80, that is the total marks for the girls in the class, right? And if I add these two summations, I'll get the total marks for the entire class. So this is the summation, right? And this is divided by what? 40, which is number of boys, and plus 30, the number of girls, right? So adding these two figures, we are having the total number of persons in the class. And when we calculate this, so we will be getting the average marks for the class. And this is a weighted average and very simple thing, right? And even I suppose that say some of you must be in a profession in different capacities, right? So you must be using the weighted average, putting up say the different weight for the different territory for the sales, right? Yes, correct. This is approximately 74.2, right? Okay. So you're giving us a different weightage for the say different territory in your region, different weightage for the different products, maybe in the production or maybe in the sales, right? Different weightage for the different activities in your assignment, right? So we are having say some important thing, some lesser important, some least important thing. So this is what the weight, the importance, right? So in a simple language, I can call this as a important, right? What is important? Okay, so moving further from this point, right? The weighted average. Yes. So what is the mixture and alligation, right? So I can write this formula for the weighted average as what? This is weighted average is say N1 S1 plus N2 S2 divided by N1 plus N. N1, N2, number of boys, number of girls, right? And S1 and S2 is the average for the boys and average for the girls, right? So very simple expression, and I suppose every one of us know this, right? Now, so we are just working over this formula, this expression, and try to have us some other expression from this, right? So what I'm doing now, I'm just cross multiplying, right? So I'm just taking this simple term average, right? Just to understand, but overall is weighted average. Okay. So just cross multiply. So this is what N1 average, right? Plus N2 average is equal to N1 S1 plus N2 S2, right? Just a simple cross multiplication. Now shift the terms. So N1 average minus N1 S1 is equal to N2 S2 minus N2 average, right? Just a simple transposition of the terms. Take the common. So this is N1 average minus S1 is equal to N2 S2 minus average, right? Simple thing. Now take the ratio. So this is N1 upon N2 is equal to S2 minus average divided by what? Average minus S. Right? So this is my some new arrangement. And this was my earlier arrangement. Right? Now, first one, we are calling this as a weighted average. And the second one, we are calling this as what? Alligation. Right? So now first say this. There is a just a different rearrangement of the weighted average formula. There is nothing new in the alligation, right? So I am not adding any variable. I am not adding a subgroup principle, theorem, concept, etc. I am not removing any variable here, right? I am just rearranging the one expression into the other expression, right? Now, before this, tell me one thing. There are two terms in English. One is a mixture, right? And second is a solution. Okay. So tell me what is the difference between these two terms, mixture and solution. So you can type in the chat box, you can raise your hand, you can unmute yourself. And the best is I suggest you can unmute yourself and discuss so that others can also listen and they can also give their inputs. Okay. So yes, Nandini, yes.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Yes.
Sir, according to me, mixture and solution is like mixture is something where you mix two things and still you can they are not like dissolved within each other completely. For example, mixing salt and sand, we can somehow even like take it out separately. But solution is something which once you mix, it is very hard to take it out like into separate part. For example, mixing alcohol and water, and like alcohol or water and sugar, water, or water and sugar, or sugar and water, salt and water, like that.
Okay. 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 So Nirupam. Okay. So hello Nirupam. Can you unmute yourself? You're saying solution will become by mixture. Okay. How is this, Nirupam?
Sir, solution will become by adding two mixture.
Okay. Can you give me some example?
Like if we have water and plus juice, and we will
Hmm.
mix it, it will become solution.
Okay. So you mean to say that water and solution are individually are the mixture?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. And Manaswini is saying in a mixture the individual properties, just individual properties of component written. Okay. Shiraz is saying a mixture of both combination, but the component of mixture will retain the individual. So, hello, Shiraz, can you just speak out whatever you are understanding with this? Okay, so Manashni, can you unmute yourself and then discuss?
Good evening, sir. Am I audible?
Good evening. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So what I meant was that you can see individual um, components. So, like if you look at a
Mm-hmm.
mixture of sand and rocks, you can tell that there
Mm-hmm.
are two different components which have been put into this mixture.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
you can also easily separate the sand and the salt, the rocks out through different
Mm-hmm.
methods, right? But in a
Okay, okay.
solution, you can't do
Mm-hmm.
the same. Essentially,
Yeah,
it's not a reversible process because in
you're
a
right.
solution, you form a new
Mm-hmm.
component. You form a new component itself. So
Mm-hmm.
if I mix two, I'm not getting a solution.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Okay,
I'm not able to remember a good example right
okay,
now,
okay. No, no
but
worries.
essentially it's coming down to reversibility.
Okay, okay. Done. Okay, so basically, when we will be solving the questions related to the average, mixtures, allegation, right? So these two terms you will find interchangeably, right? Sometimes the question is saying mixture, sometimes the question is saying solution, right? So we will not go into the chemical definition of these two terms, right? We are just taking them in a simple language. So first we understand the English meaning for these two words, right? So mixture, when you are mixing two or more component, right? Anything, and then after the mixing, if you are able to separate them, then this is called as a mixture. For example, rice and wheat, you can separate them, right? Water and petrol, you can separate it, right? So in a mixture, even after mixing, you will be able to separate the different component. In a solution, you will not be able to separate the different component after the mixing, right? And the big example is, right, water and milk, right? So when you are mixing a water in the milk, you will not be able to separate where is water, where is milk, right? And one thing which we have to note here, that is number of component are not restricted, right? Normally when we define these two terms, so we say okay, when the two components are mixed, right? So this is not really restricted to two component. You can have two, three, four, five, any number of component, right? uh, I suppose when you go to the market, so you will find there is a one thing that is mixed dal, right? We have a different pulses, right? And when you go to the say some grocery shop and you're purchasing pulses, so you are purchasing different pulses, right? So there is a one type of packet which you may find in a grocery shop that is a mixed dal, mixed pulses, right? In a one packet. So when you look for this, so there are some yellow, some brown, some black, some purple, right? So different kind of dals are made. So number of component are not restricted, right? This depends just on the examiner. how many component he or she is giving, right? Okay. So this concept is typically applicable for mixture, not for the solution, but in a questions you will find the two terms interchangeably, right? Okay. Now, coming back to this, so you can see weighted average and allegation are the just two different arrangement of the same formula. So when you are calculating, now see the difference in these two terms. Why we are calling one expression as weighted average and the other as the allegation. So if you look for the first one, right? So there is a one group of boys, there is another group of girls, and you are finding the average, the total weighted average of the entire group, right? Now, if you look for the second expression, so in this you are finding the ratio n1 to n2, right? For the first component and for the second component, right? So number of boys and number of girls, you're finding the ratio, right? So this way you can identify the quantities, individual quantities or individual numbers. Suppose if you have a mixture of rice and wheat, so you can find how many kg of rice, how many kg of wheat, right? If you are having a say male and female in an office, so you can find the how many number of males, how many number of females in the office, right? So first expression will give you the weighted average, and second expression will give you the ratio or the number of the individual component. So when we are identifying the different number of the component, then we are calling this as a allegation. Right? Now, this formula is look like this, right? So you can also express this formula, right? I just start with say some simple question, some easy part, so that you can understand the application. Okay, suppose I say there is a one sugar, right? Sugar one, and this is rupees 10 per kg, right? There is a sugar 2, and this is suppose rupees 15 per kg, right? And these are in a different container. Okay, I am mixing these two different type of sugar, and I want the mixture, right? After the mixing, the mixture should be at rupees 12 per kg. Okay, so tell me how much quantity or how much ratio I should take for the first one and how much I should take for the second one.
Sir, 3:2.
Okay, how is this, Tejasvi?
Sir, 15 minus 12 by 12 minus 10.
So is this 3:2 or 2:3?
Sir, 3:2, sir.
Sure.
Sir, 3:2. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. See, so sometimes when we are calculating these ratios, right? Why I am asking this question, is this 3:2 or 2:3? So see, you can just cross check whatever the ratio or the number you have calculated, whether you're calculating this right or wrong. One is 10 rupees per kg, one is 15 rupees per kg, and we want the mixture as 12 rupees per kg, right? So 12 rupees per kg is closer to 10 or closer to 15. Yes, Tejas. 12 rupees are closer to 10 rupees or to 15 rupees?
Sir, 12.
12 rupees, right? 10 rupees. So this is more part in the mixture, right? So sugar 1 will comprise for the more part and sugar 2 will comprise for the lesser part, right? So now if I go with the formula, so dearer, cheaper, right? You can take any number. So if I calculate this, so what should I calculate for say show quantity of the first to the quantity of the second, right? I want this number. What is the ratio for the first? What is the second? So this is what 15 minus 12 divided by this is 12 minus 10, and this is simply coming out to be 3 is 2, right? But when we are using this formula, right, so there is some confusion. What should I take first? I suppose some of you must have done in this way, that is 12 minus 10, and this is 10 minus 15 or something different kind of thing. Okay, what I should take 15 minus 12, 10 minus 12. So there is some confusion in this formula. So typically I do not prefer this form, right? I prefer this type of star structure, right? So in this, you are not required to have a say this attention to what you should take. So simply, there is a sugar one, 10 rupees. There is a sugar two, 15 rupees, right? So just write the two values a little distant apart from one another, and the average value, this one, right in the middle. So this is 12. Right? So this is easy. Midway, a little. Okay. Now, how to get the values? How to get the answer? From the bigger number, subtract the average. So 15 minus 12, this is 3. Okay. And from the average, subtract the smaller number. So this is 12 minus 10. This is done. So whatever the way you are writing, doesn't matter. Done. What I'm saying, from the bigger number, subtract the average value, and from the average value, subtract the smaller number. So this way, sugar 1 is for the 3 part and sugar 2 is for the 2 part, right? Yes. Nandini, I am saying that this is not important, right? Got it? I suppose you are calculating this part, the terms are written. So these are just for the explanation part, right? But these are not important when you are writing the values. What I am saying, whatever the way you write, right? So I just go down a little, right? And I just show you. Dhruv, I'm coming for this, okay, what the answer is representing, right? So see, you can take this way also. Say this is 15, this is 10. Then write the 12. Okay. Now what I am saying, from the bigger value, right? Subtract the average, and from the average, subtract the smaller value. Then, and see this. This is what sugar 2. Okay. And this is what sugar 1. Simply agar if I go this side, so this is my sugar 1 and this is my sugar 2. Right? So Dhruv, this diagram, these values are representing that sugar 1 should be of 3 part and sugar 2 should be of 2 part in the entire mixture, right? And in the second diagram also, when you are looking, so sugar 1 is for 3 part and sugar 1 is for 2 part, right? So diagram is just for the understanding, right? If we are going slanted, okay? This is not a standard diagram that you should just create this picture and then follow strictly, right? Logic is from the bigger value, subtract the average, and from the average value, subtract the smaller value. Done? And ideally, when we are solving, so we are taking a smaller value towards the left hand and bigger value towards the right hand, because this is proper subtraction, right? Like as we are looking, so this is like look wise, this is this gives a feeling of easiness, right? Otherwise, you can go other way around also. Done? Any confusion, any doubt here?
No, sir.
Okay. So moving further. Yes. So come to this and tell me some answer for this question. Yes, no, not this value, not this value. Yes, Tejaswin. Yes, yes, this is correct. I suggest everyone to participate and try to give us some answer so that we can discuss. And if still you're not getting an answer, you can just give me some logic or some understanding how can we proceed and what can be the possible way of solving this. Yes, Vimal. Yes, yes, Nandini. Yes, correct. So, okay, Yash, how is your answer? First, tell us the answer. Can you unmute yourself?
गुड इवनिंग सर।
Good evening.
सर मैंने थोड़ा बेसिक से कर दिया लाइक 30 लीटर इज इक्वल टू 50% is equal to x of 20%. I know this is wrong, but
Okay. Okay. No, no, not wrong. I'll tell you like how to get the correct answer, right? Just wait.
okay.
Okay. Hello, Deepshika. Hello. Can you unmute yourself, Deepshika? No. Okay, Akshay.
Hello, 75 I gave the answer, but 75 minus 30 is 45.
Yes.
45 is the answer.
Yes. Yes, yes. 45 liter is the answer, right? Yes. So answer 75 is not correct, but see, the question is saying how many liters of water should be added, right? So answer is the 45.
बट सर मैंने टोटल ही बताया था।
Huh. So I'll tell you how to get the answer from this, right? So now,
Okay.
see, when we are going into the examination, so we are targeting the all competitive examination, right? We are not going into the board examination or class examination, where we are writing the solution step by step. But here you will find, say, 4 or 5 options, and you have to pick the best option. The whatever the way you are getting the answer doesn't matter. Only two things matters. One is the speed, how fast you are solving, and second is the accuracy, how accurately you are solving, right? So these two things matter, but how are you getting the answer doesn't matter, right? So first start with the concept which I suppose you have done many times, right? Okay, no worries, Deepshika, no worries, right? Okay, so see this. First, see this. How many liters of water should be added to 30 liter of 50% milk solution to make it a 20% milk solution? So initially in a solution, there are some part of milk, some part of water, right? So if I want to calculate, so I say milk to total volume, right? Now, how much is the milk? 50%, 30 liter of 50% milk solution. This means half part is milk. So how much is the milk? 15 liter of milk. Right? And what is the total volume? 30 liter. Now, in this, we are not adding the milk, right? We are just adding water, the other component, and decreasing the concentration of milk, right? So suppose if I am adding W liter of water here, right? So milk to the total volume. 30 is already there and I am adding W liter of water. After this, the percentage of milk will become 20% out of a total 20 parts, right? So this is what 20 divided by 100. Done? I suppose you got this expression. So quickly cross multiply and simplify and tell me what is the value of W you people are getting here. How much is the W here? So Dhruv, this is 30 liter of 50% solution, right? 30 liter of 50% solution. So this means the total volume is 30 liter and out of the 30 liter, 50% is the milk, right? So 15 liter is the milk. Okay. Yes, Ashma. So when we are calculating cross multiplying, so this is coming out to be 45 liters, right? So how many liters of water should be added? 45 liters. And this is one way of solving this. Right? Okay. Second, when we are adding a water, right? So there will be say some large volume, right? And the milk quantity wise, right? Not the percentage wise. Milk quantity wise is remain the same. That is 15 liter before the addition of water and after the addition of water. But percentage changes because total volume is changed, right? So second method. This is 20% of some V liters, right? V is what? Total volume, right? V is total volume. Should be equal to how much? 15 liters, right? Because quantity of milk remains the same. Done? So here, if I calculate the V, so can you tell me what is the value of V you people are getting? How much is the V? Yes, this is 75 liters. Right. So total volume is 75. We have 30 liters already with us. So how much water is added? That is 45. Right. So this is the second way. Done. Next, third, 20% is how much? 15 liters. Right. 20% is how much? 15 liters. So how much will be the 100%? Right. So if 20 to 100, right? What is the factor? 5. So if I'm taking a factor of 5 this side, I should take factor of 5 this side also, right? Because same calculation should be done. So 15 into 5, 75, right? So how much liter of water is added? 45 liter of, right? I suppose you people are getting all these methods. Any confusion, any doubt, just let me know. Done? right? Yes, yes, correct. Last one is a much faster, right? Okay. Akshay, we are coming, right? I'm just showing you the methods, right? Which we all have done since school days, right? And then I'll be coming to the allegation also, right? So I just want to showcase it. Question can be solved in a multiple ways, but whatever you can click in the examination is the best method, right? I am not saying, okay, you can just forget all the method which you have learned earlier and now start memorizing this, right? Whatever you feel. So this is a one more way of solving, right? And even I show you what type of question you can solve much easier, right? Okay. So next one. We have water, we have milk, and we have total, right? So initially this is saying 50% of milk. So 50% milk, 50% water. Ratio is coming out to be 1:1 and total we are having 2 part. Done. Later on they are saying 20% milk. So 20% milk, 80% water. So ratio is coming out to be how much? 4:1. Right? 4:1. Total is 5. So when initially we are having a 1:1, right? 1 part water, 1 part milk, and total 2 ratio. So we are having how much? 30 liter of solution, right? So if 2 part is 30 liter, 1 part is 15 liter, right? 2 part is 30 liter, 1 part is 15 liter. So how much is 5 part? 15 into 5, that is 75 liters, right? So initially we have the 30 liters. So how much water is added? That is 45 liters of water is added.
Sir, repeat it, please, one time more.
Right?
Sir, why this
See,
is 1:1?
because see, in the question, this is saying 50% milk. So total you have 30 liter, and out of a 30 liter, 50% milk and 50% water. So milk to water, what is the ratio? Half and half, that is 1:1, right? So initially this is 1:1 ratio, and later on you are saying the milk is how much? 20%. If milk is 20%, water should be 80%. So water is a 4 part and milk is a 1 part. So initially there is 2 ratio and next is 5 ratio. So when we are having 2 ratio, what is the total volume we are having? 30 liter. So 2 part is 30 liter, 1 part is 15 liter. So how much is 5 part? 75. Right? Got this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, coming to the allegation, right? Now we are just coming for the allegation. Okay. So in the allegation, see, in this you have a 2 component, right? Milk and water. So first I take milk as a base, right? Any component can be considered as a base, and then you can solve the question and you will get the correct answer. But yes, the number should be correct. Okay. So I am taking milk as a base, and the things which you are mixing, one is the solution, right? In a one you are having solution of milk and water, and second you are having a pure water which you are mixing in this solution. Done. And my base is milk. I just consider only the milk value, not the water value. Okay. So in a solution, how much percentage of milk? 50%. Right? In a water, the pure water which you are mixing into the solution, how much is the milk? 0% is the milk. Right? After this mixing, what is the percentage of milk you need? 20. So write this in center a little low. Right? Now, what to do? From what? What should I subtract? So there is nothing to memorize, right? Nothing to memorize. What should I do? From the bigger number, subtract this average. So 50 minus 20, 30. From the average, subtract the smaller number, right? So this is 20. Ratio is coming out to be 2:3, right? So this means 2 part is solution and 3 part is water. And how much solution you have? So we have total 30 liter of solution, right? So if 2 part is 30 liter, 1 part is 15 liter, so 3 part is how much? 45 liter. So how much liter of water should be added? 45 liter of water should be added, right? Got this? Any question, any query here?
Sir, can you repeat this?
See, we are having two things. One is a solution, one is a water. And now I am considering milk as my base so that I can take the values, numbers for the milk. In a solution, what is the percentage of milk? 50. In a water, what is the percentage of milk? 0. When I mix these two things, what is the percentage of milk will become? 20, right? So from the bigger value, subtract the average. From the average, subtract the smaller value. You are getting ratios 2:3. 2 part is representing solution, 3 part is representing water, right? So 2 part is equal to how many liters? 30 liter. So 2 part is 30 liter, 1 part is 15 liter, 3 part is 45 liter. Got this?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now, I am just showing you if you are taking the values of water. Right? Same thing. We are having solution and we are having water. Right? Okay. So if the solution is a 50% milk solution, I can say this is a 50% water solution. Right? Because both the things are half and half, 1:1 ratio. Right? So 50% milk solution, 50% water solution. In a water, how much water? 100% water. Right? See the difference in the figures. In a water, what you're saying, Nirupam?
Sir, milk. Sir, we have to put milk here.
No. See, the second part, I am taking a basis water. The first half is based at milk and second part is based on water value, right? So if I take water as a base, in a solution, if I say 50% is a milk, so I can say 50% is the water. So in a solution, how much is water? 50%. Okay? Right? In a water, how much is water? 100%. Right? The water we are mixing in this water, how much is the milk? How much is the water? 100% is the water.
100%.
Right? After the mixing, if the solution is becoming 20% milk solution, I can say this will become 80% water solution.
Yes.
Right? Right. Now what to do? From the bigger number, subtract the average. So 100 minus 80, 20. From the average, subtract the smaller number. So this is 30. Ratio is coming out to be 2:3. 2 part is how much? 30 liter. So 3 part is how much? 45. Got this?
Sir, can we take milk as the palace of water?
हाँ तो हमने किया है ना, लेफ्ट वाला पार्ट तो मिल्क लेकर ही सॉल्व किया है ना. देखो ये वाला जो क्वेश्चन है यहाँ पे मैंने सारे मिल्क के वैल्यू लिए हैं और इस पार्ट में मैंने सारे वाटर के वैल्यू,
ओके सर, ओके।
है ना? राइट अक्षय? So this is the crisscross method or the method of validation which we have discussed.
Sir, sir, we replace the value of water and salt?
Water and salt means?
Means सर क्या हम वाटर को फर्स्ट पे ले सकते हैं और सॉल्ट को सेकंड?
हाँ हाँ, आप उसको जो वाइस वर्सा कर दो, है ना? तो उसमें क्या होगा, जैसे सपोज अगर मैं चलो डिफरेंट पैन से लिख देता हूँ। सपोज आप ये मिल्क वाला पार्ट कर रहे हो, राइट? आप वाटर यहाँ पे ले लिए, ठीक है? इधर वाटर आ गया, इधर आपका सोल्यूशन, ठीक है? ओके, तो वाटर में मिल्क कितना है? 0। सोल्यूशन कितना है? 50%। आपको ये कितना चाहिए? ये तो सेम ही रहेगा, 20%। डन। तो आप क्या करेंगे? बिगर नंबर से इसको सब्ट्रैक्ट कर दो। देखो एरोज की डायरेक्शन चेंज हो गई, है ना? सो 50 माइनस 20, ये कितना आ गया? 30। और यहां से इसको सब्ट्रैक्ट कर दो, ठीक है? तो ये कितना आ गया आपका? 20। ना? तो रेशियो अब आपका पहले 2:3 आ रहा था, अभी आ गया आपका 3:2। 3:2 किसका है? 3 पार्ट इज अ वाटर एंड 2 पार्ट इज अ सोल्यूशन। और वो सेम पहले भी वही आ रहा था, है ना?
ओके सर।
तो उसमें ना डायरेक्शन से फर्क नहीं पड़ता है। आपको ये ध्यान रखना है कि जो बिगर वाला नंबर है उसमें से एवरेज माइनस करना है और एवरेज में से स्मॉलर वाला नंबर माइनस करना है, राइट?
ओके सर।
ओके, तो I take yes. Okay, so tell me this. Rupees 20,000 are invested in 2 parts at 10% and at 20% per annum, right? So total rupees you have 20,000 and you are investing them in 2 parts at 10% and 20% per annum interest rate, right? After 2 years, total interest is rupees 4,800. Okay. After 2 years, the total interest is rupees 4,800. Right. Tell me how many rupees invested at 10% per annum and consider in this simple interest.
सर 16,000।
Okay. कैलकुलेटर तो यूज नहीं कर रहे हो?
नो सर,
पक्का?
पक्का।
अच्छा। Hmm. So everyone just try and give me some answer for this. Yes. How much money is invested at 10% per annum? Yes. Some answer for this? Hmm? Nobody? No, Tejasvi, no. 19,500. So you mean to say कि only 500 rupees are invested at 20% per annum, Tejasvi?
Sir, I got it wrong, I guess. Sorry.
Yeah. How did you do this?
Sir, 10% of X plus 90% of 20,000 minus X is equals to 2,400, sir. Like that.
No. Maybe some calculation. Dhruv, yes. So Dhruv, how is your answer?
I calculated it by taking X. X is the amount which we invested at 10%, and then the amount invested at 20% would be 20,000 minus X. So I just so X into 10 by 100 plus 20,000 minus X into 20 by 100 is equal to 4,800. And sorry, the whole thing multiplied by 2 is equal to 4,800. So I just applied the बहुत calculative तरीके से किया. I didn't apply any shortcut, and by using this I got
this is a simple interest formula, right? Simple interest question. And if I calculate this,
I solved it as a linear equation. Sorry.
Yes. So simple interest is nothing but the linear equation only, right? So if I say simple interest, so simple interest is what? That is P into R into T upon 100, right? This is. Now for this, if I'm getting 4,800 rupees as a total interest after 2 years, and I want the 10% value, how much is invested. So suppose this is P into 10 into time is 2 years divided by 100, right? Plus this is 20,000 minus 3, right? And into 20 into 2 divided by 100. And if I do the calculation, all these calculations, then I'll be getting the value, the money which is invested at 10% per annum. So addition, subtraction, transposition, division, all mathematical formulas are done. But this is very time consuming and very lengthy process, right? And there are chances of making errors. Now what to do? See this. First understand here. This is a case of simple interest, right? So if you invest your money in a simple interest every year, you are getting the same interest value, right? Right? In a simple interest case, every year you are getting the same interest value. Okay. So if I am saying I am getting a 4,800 rupees in a how much? 2 years of time. So in a 1 year, how much? 2,400 rupees we are getting, right? So this I can calculate verbally, right? But I am writing here for a more clarity because we are doing this very first time. So 2,400 rupees if I am getting on a sum of total what? 20,000, right? Total money, 20,000. and there is a some R rate of interest. Time is 1 year divided by 100, right? So this cancel, this cancel, this, and 2 is cancelling this 12 times. So I am getting R is equal to what? 12%, right? So this 12%, can I say, is nothing but the weighted interest, right? Some money is invested at 10%, some money is invested at 20%, and I am getting a some value, some money after the investment. So 12% is what my weighted interest, right? Got this weighted interest? So now you can use the allegation, right? There is a some first part, there is a some second part. This is invested at 10%, this is invested at 20%, weighted interest is 12%. बिगर नंबर से आप एवरेज को सब्ट्रैक्ट कर दो, ये कितना आ गया 8, और एवरेज में से आप छोटे वाले नंबर को सब्ट्रैक्ट कर दो, ये कितना आ गया 2, राइट? रेशियो आपका कितना आ गया 4:1. टोटल मनी कितना है आपका 20,000, जिसको आपको 4:1 के रेशियो में डिवाइड करना है. तो 4:1 के रेशियो में कितना हो जाएगा, ये हो जाएगा 16,000 और ये हो जाएगा 4,000. So 16,000 rupees are invested at 10% per annum, right? So see this, how simple, how easy I can have this value by using the allegation. So allegation is a one method which is much faster in some particular type of calculation, right? Got this?
Yes, sir.
So I suggest everyone to solve the questions from the book which you have received from the head office of Shastra, and start doing the online practice test topic wise, right? Whatever the topics you are finishing, just start solving the topic test online so that you can also manage your time, right? So concepts can be built up with the book and time can be managed with the help of the online test, right? Okay, yes, tell me.
हाँ सर, जैसा मैंने 2-3 बार हेड ऑफिस में मेल कर दिया है मॉक टेस्ट के लिए, बट मेरे को पोर्टल अब तक प्रोवाइड नहीं किया गया सर. सिंस
नहीं, उसमें ना आप उसमें लास्ट वाली क्लास में भी सर ने बताया था कि उसमें ना वो लिख दो कि आपको किस तरह के टेस्ट चाहिए, राइट? आपको टॉपिक टेस्ट चाहिए, आपको सेक्शन टेस्ट चाहिए, आपको फुल लेंथ टेस्ट चाहिए, आपको कैट के लिए चाहिए, सीयूईटी के लिए चाहिए, जीमैट के लिए चाहिए, है ना? तो वो ना थोड़ा डिस्क्रिप्शन कर दो उसमें, और उसको जो है सपोर्ट वाला जो मेल आईडी है support@edushastra.com, वहां पे आप सेंड कर दो, वो एक्टिव कर दे.
एंड सर सेकंड थिंग इज, एक बार स्टार्टिंग में हमें नंबर सिस्टम का एक क्लास हुआ था, स्टार्टिंग क्लास वही था, और उसके बाद एक सीक्वेंस सीरीज का क्लास था. ये सेम क्लास हमारे एक टीचर ने ली थी, मतलब एक टीचर ने 2 क्लास ली थी सेम. सर सीक्वेंस सीरीज का तो फिर भी ठीक है, बट सर नंबर सिस्टम बिल्कुल भी समझ में नहीं आया.
नहीं, वो तो अभी ना और भी होगा, नंबर सिस्टम तो और भी होगा, क्योंकि नंबर सिस्टम जैसे एक क्लास बता रहे हो तो उसमें आए सपोज आपने क्लासिफिकेशन किया हुआ, रेशनल नंबर, इंटीजर, फ्रैक्शन, है ना, ये सब किया होगा, राइट? तो ये तो ना जो फर्स्ट होता है कि हम नंबर पढ़ते हैं तो वो कितने तरह के नंबर होते हैं, कौन कौन से नंबर होते हैं, कैसे उनको पहचाने, है ना? तो वो हम बोलते हैं उसको नंबर ट्री. तो वो तो नंबर हो गया, है ना, वो क्लासिफिकेशन हो गया. अब उसके बाद में ना अभी और भी आपके क्लासेस होंगे जिसमें जैसे साइक्लिसिटी है, यूनिट डिजिट निकालना है, एलसीएम एचसीएफ है ना, बेस सिस्टम है. तो ये सारे क्लासेस जो है अभी आएंगे. तो मुझे लग रहा है कि आप जो एक्सरसाइज सॉल्व कर रहे होगे तो आपने बुक से किया होगा, उसमें सारे टॉपिक के क्वेश्चंस होंगे, तो आपको लगा कि ये तो मेरे को आता ही नहीं है, बिकॉज अभी आपने उसको कंप्लीट किया ही नहीं.
नहीं सर, लाइक आपका जो टीचिंग स्टाइल है, जैसे आपने आज पढ़ाया और आपने इतने एग्जाम्पल दिए, आपके अलावा मैथ्स के 1-2 टीचर जो पहले आ चुके हैं वो सेम पढ़ाई नहीं पाते सर, उनका समझ में ही नहीं आता। मतलब वो आते हैं, थ्योरी बताते हैं पूरी, और एग्जाम्पल देते ही नहीं है। वो देते हैं तो एक
Okay.
या दो एग्जाम्पल देते हैं, तो बहुत डिफिकल्ट होता है समझने।
ओके ओके, तो मैं एक बार जो वो डिस्कस कर लूंगा हेड ऑफिस में, राइट? तो जो भी आएंगे तो वो जो थोड़ा सा थ्योरी के बजाय आप प्रैक्टिकल मतलब क्वेश्चंस पे ज्यादा कंसंट्रेट करें, है ना? तो वो एक बार जो है डिस्कस कर लेंगे, तो वो फिर जो है आगे से ऐसा कोई भी कंसर्न नहीं आएगा।
ओके, थैंक यू
नहीं?
सर।
ओके, बट माय सजेशन फॉर एवरीवन कि आप जो है जो बुक है ना, जो आई सपोज पीडीएफ बुक सबके पास में होगा,
यस
उसको
सर।
जो है जो सॉल्व एग्जाम्पल्स हैं, उसके बाद जो प्रैक्टिस एक्सरसाइजेज हैं, तो उनको जो है प्रैक्टिस करना बहुत जरूरी है, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। तभी ऑनलाइन टेस्ट पे जाओ, तभी जो है पास्ट ईयर पेपर्स या मॉक टेस्ट या सेक्शन टेस्ट अटेम्प्ट करो। पहले बुक्स को कंप्लीट करो, उसके बाद टेस्ट पे जाओ, है ना? तो बुक्स को कंप्लीट करना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, बहुत जरूरी है, राइट? बट कीप प्रैक्टिसिंग, कीप रिवाइजिंग। जितना ज्यादा प्रैक्टिस करोगे उतना ही ज्यादा अच्छा होगा, बिकॉज अभी आई सपोज आप लोग के पास में टाइम है, तो वो आपको इजिली प्रैक्टिस हो जाएगा, है ना? एंड जो भी कंसर्न है, तो वो जो मेल आईडी है support@edushastra.com, वहां पे आप कर दीजिए। एंड ऑनलाइन टेस्ट के लिए थोड़ा सा डिस्क्रिप्शन आप लिख दो कि आपका कोर्स क्या है, आपके इस कोर्स में कैट है, जी मैट है, GM कैट है, CUET है ना? फिर आपको किस तरह के टेस्ट चाहिए, आपको टॉपिक टेस्ट चाहिए तो आपको नंबर्स का टेस्ट चाहिए, आपको टाइम एंड डिस्टेंस का चाहिए, आपको एलजेब्रा चाहिए, है ना? तो वो टॉपिक लिख दो कि कौन सा टॉपिक है। सेक्शन टेस्ट चाहिए तो किस सेक्शन का टेस्ट चाहिए, फुल लेंथ चाहिए तो कौन सा टेस्ट चाहिए, GMAT का चाहिए, कैट का चाहिए, है ना? वो डिस्क्रिप्शन कर दोगे तो जो एडमिन में लोग है ना, उनको इजी हो जाएगा टेस्ट को अलॉट करना कि कौन सा टेस्ट, कौन सा फोल्डर आपको शेयर करना, राइट?
एंड सर एक और डाउट था, लास्ट इंग्लिश की क्लास हुई थी अमन जायसवाल सर की, उन्होंने कहा था कि हमारा एक न्यू क्लास स्टार्ट होगा 8 to 9 फॉर वोकेबलरी। सर वो भी स्टार्ट
अच्छा,
नहीं हुआ।
वो हो जाएगा अभी, मतलब उसमें हो सकता है कि वो ना कुछ लॉगिन वगैरह में अभी आएगा, तो नया लॉगिन बनता है, जैसे नया टाइम होगा ना, 8 to 9 है तो नया टाइम है, तो एक नया लॉगिन आएगा, तो वो एक बार जब हो जाएगा, क्योंकि इसमें ना थोड़ा सा वो इंटरनेट के मतलब जो IT रिलेटेड सम इश्यूज आ जाते हैं कई बार जब तक नया क्लास नहीं आता है, तो एक बार जैसे ही वो रेक्टिफाई हो जाएंगे तो वो स्टार्ट।
ओके सर, थैंक यू सर, गुड नाइट सर।
ओके, गुड टाइम, गुड नाइट, गुड नाइट।
Hello, sir.
टेक केयर। हेलो, यस कुंतल।
Sir, can you please explain that weighted interest part again of that previous question?
ओके,
Okay.
कहाँ पे आप बताओगे एक बार कि क्या कहाँ पे क्या कंफ्यूजन है?
It's a weighted interest, the 12% rate.
अच्छा, वेटेड है, ओके। सी, I suppose you must be in a say some profession and you must be earning and investing your money in a say different financial instrument, right? और जब आप ईयर एंड पे बैठते हैं, अभी भी जैसे फाइनेंशियल ईयर एंडिंग आ रही है, तो आप जब ऑफिस में जाते हैं तो वहां पे क्या हो रहा है कि वी आर ऑल सबमिटिंग द टैक्स पेपर्स, राइट? कि हमने कहाँ पे क्या इन्वेस्टमेंट किया है, कि मेरा होम लोन है या मैंने जो है LIC में किया हुआ है या मैंने मेडिकल लिया हुआ है ना? तो वो सब हम करते हैं, फिर उसके बाद हम निकालते हैं कि अच्छा इस पूरे 1 ईयर में मैंने ये सेविंग्स किए हैं और इतना मैंने पैसा लगाया था, ये मेरी सेविंग है, तो मैंने इतना % का इंटरेस्ट अर्न किया है। अदरवाइज आप जैसे म्यूचुअल फंड्स वगैरह में देखते हैं तो आपके जो है डिफरेंट पोर्टल होंगे जहाँ पे आपने जैसे डीमैट अकाउंट वगैरह ओपन किया होगा, तो वहां पे भी ना आता है कि आपका जो है ये एवरेज इंटरेस्ट है, आपने ये शेयर लिया इतना है, ये शेयर लिया इतना है, ये म्यूचुअल फंड इतना है, ये म्यूचुअल फंड इतना है, और आपका जो ओवरऑल पोर्टफोलियो का एवरेज अर्निंग इतना, राइट? सो दिस इज व्हाट एवरेज वेटेड अर्निंग, राइट? तो इसमें क्या है कि जो हमारा केस है वो कौन सा है, सिंपल इंटरेस्ट का है ना? सिंपल इंटरेस्ट में क्या होता है कि हर टर्म में जितना भी हो, 1 महीना है, 6 महीना है, 1 साल है, जितना भी टर्म है, हर टर्म में मेरे को इक्वल बेनिफिट आता है सिंपल इंटरेस्ट में, है ना? कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट में तो आपका बेनिफिट बढ़ता चला जाता है, जैसे आप बैंक्स वगैरह में डिपॉजिट करते हैं, आप एफडीज करते हैं, तो आपका बेनिफिट बढ़ता जाता है, बिकॉज जो भी इंटरेस्ट अर्न करते हो उसके ऊपर भी बेनिफिट होता है। बट सिंपल इंटरेस्ट में तो हमारा जो प्रिंसिपल होता है वहीं पे बेनिफिट होता है। तो अगर आपने 4800 रुपीज को 2 साल में अर्न किया, तो एक साल में कितना अर्न किया होगा? 2400 रुपीज। और टोटल मनी कितना इन्वेस्ट किया आपने? 20,000 रुपीज। तो 2400 रुपीज आपने अर्न किया 20,000 रुपीज पे 1 ईयर। तो कितना इंटरेस्ट हो गया? ये कितना हो गया मेरा? 12%, राइट?
Understood,
Got
sir.
this? Got this? So this is my average interest, है ना? एवरेज इंटरेस्ट। तो जैसे आपने अलग अलग आपने जैसे बैंक में एक एफडी किया है, दूसरा एफडी किया है, तीसरा एफडी किया है, चौथा किया है, फिर आप कैलकुलेट करते हो कि अच्छा मेरा जो है क्या है, कितना टोटल अर्निंग आ रहा है ना? तो वो क्या होता है? एवरेज। तो इसी तरह से यहाँ पे मैंने 20,000 रुपए लगाए, अलग अलग पार्ट्स में लगाए, है ना? कुछ 10% पे थे, कुछ 20% पे थे, और मेरे को मिला टोटल बेनिफिट कितना? 12%।
And this 12% is over 1 year.
Over 1 year. And this is total interest. Right?
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Got it.
Okay. Thank you.